Welcome to another reflection video. Today's topic is innovation. We often hear that to innovate is to move forward, that we must constantly break the mold, that progress demands disruption. But I believe that not all innovation is meaningful. There is a kind of innovation that doesn't emerge from necessity or from soul, or even from honest curiosity. It comes from pressure, from fear, from ego, and worst of all, comes from the idea that simple being new is inherently better. But why do we innovate? In my work as a composer, as a thinker, I don't seek novelty, I seek truth, and sometimes truth is ancient. Sometimes it's hidden in an old mode, in a silence between two notes. Sometimes it doesn't need new sounds, it just needs to be heard differently. Innovation, when forced and it's performed, become a aesthetic noise. It just distracts. It doesn't speak, it shouts. It chases attention, not meaning. Think of some contemporary music that relies on gimmick, a randomized algorithm, a texture not one used before, a conceptual absurdity. You listen and nothing. It does not move you, not because you are close-minded, but because it was created not to express something, but to be something innovative. But innovation without intention is sterile. It's just motion, not direction. When we talk about meaningful innovation, we are talking about resonance. A discovery that answers a real question, a technique that unlocks feelings, a new form that deepens understanding, not just puzzles the listener. Schoenberg was a master on this type of compositions with his innovative, however full of purpose, 12-tone system. In my Dark Star series, for example, I didn't innovate because I wanted to surprise people. I reflected, I remembered, I listened to the past and looked at what the soul needed. That tension between memory and need is where innovation is born, not in a vacuum, but in a communication from mind, heart, and soul. I have often thought that silence is the most innovative thing in music, because silence forces us to hear everything differently, and yet it has been there since the beginning. We didn't invent it, we rediscovered it in the likes of John Cage. So perhaps that's the key. True innovation doesn't invent, however, it reveals something new. It strips away the excess, it peels back layers of assumption. And what is left is not a flashy new technique or a shocking new structure, but something simple, something human. So if you ask me about innovation, I will say no, I don't believe innovation for its own sake. I believe in reflection, in patience, in letting the work teach you what is needed. And when that happens, when something new emerges from something true, the innovation becomes not only an act of rebellion, but an act of service. And that is where the beauty begins. I hope this reflection brought something meaningful to you. If it did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.